Friends and viewers, good day. Today I'm intending to discuss about the one of the play written by William Shakespeare. It is been written and believed to be composed between 1596 and 1598. So the name of this play is The Merchant of Venice. In this play, it is categorized as a comedy, although it addresses serious themes such as prejudice, justice, and mercy. The play is set in Venice, Italy during the 16th century. So, ladies and gentlemen, the characters involved in this play is the dramatist persona, the Duke of Venice, the Prince of Morocco, the Prince of Aragon. These are the Prince of Morocco and Prince of Aragon. They are the suitors to Portia. The Prince of Aragon, the Anthony, a merchant of Venice, Bassanio, his friend, suitors to Portia, and other characters, Salerio, and Gratiano. They are the friends to Antonio and Bassanio. Lorenzo in love with Jessica, Shylock, a rich Jew, a moneylender, and Tybalt, a Jew, his friend. Lancelot, servant to Shylock. Old Gobbo, father to Lancelot. Balthasar, Stefano. These Nerissa, Portia, a rich Harris, Nerissa, and Jessica. The maid to Portia is Nerissa. So these are the persona involved in this play, A Merchant of Venice. Ladies and gentlemen, the main plot revolves around a merchant named Antonio, who borrows money from a Jewish moneylender named Shylock in order to assist his friend Bassanio. Bassanio wishes to woo and marry Portia, a wealthy heiress. However, Antonio's business ventures have tied up his funds, so he needs a loan. Shylock agrees to lend him the money, but insists that if Antonio defaults on the repayment, Shylock will be entitled to a pound of Antonio's flesh. Meanwhile, Portia, a storyline is introduced involving a test of her suitor. Portia, a rich lady who had inherited a rich amounts and estate from his late father. So his father had wished that if she wants to marry, she must place some condition before their suitors in order to marry. So her suitor's worthiness to marry her. Suitor must choose between three boxes, one of which contains a portrait of Portia. Bassanio, aided by his friend Gratiano, chooses correctly and wins Portia's hand in marriage. So they married in a joyous ceremony. The main conflict arises when Antonio's ships are reported lost to sea, leaving him unable to repay his debt to Shylock. Shylock seeks revenge and demands the fulfillment of the bond, leading to a trial. Portia disguises herself as a male lawyer named Balthasar and enters the courtroom to defend Antonio. Since Antonio could not repay the loan paid for Bassanio's marriage, so Shylock, after the due date has elapsed, Shylock started to claim and filed a suit in a court. Portia defends, disguised her as a lawyer, a male lawyer, and went to defend Antonio. Portia uses her legal expertise to find a loophole in the bond, arguing that Shylock would demand for a pound of flesh without shedding any blood, his own life and prosperity will be forfeited. Shylock is defeated. So the condition Shylock imposed in that pound, that Antonio, if Antonio failed, is liable to take 1 pound of flesh from his body. So, but Portia, being a keen lawyer, she agreed that, okay, if you want a pound of flesh, you can take, but without shedding exactly 1 pound of flesh, without shedding a drop of blood. So here the Shylocks failed to fulfill those requirements. Then is defeated and Antonio is saved. Shylock is forced to convert to Christianity and surrender much of his wealth. The play also explores the theme of love and mercy, though through the character of Shylock's daughter Jessica, who elopes with Lorenzo, a Christian friend of Bassanio. Their relationship challenged societal and religious boundaries. The Merchant of Venice devolved into a complex issues of discrimination. In those days, there were a severe discrimination and hatred against Jews. So Shylock was portrayed as a villain, and here in this play, Antonio is portrayed being a protagonist, and Shylock was portrayed as an antagonist of this play. Tolerance and power dynamic between groups. It raises question about justice, mercy, and the consequence of seeking revenge. The play remains relevant today as it continues to provoke discussion about anti-Semitism, prejudice, and the human capacity for forgiveness. Character involved, as I told you, Antonio, a wealthy Venetian merchant who occasionally lends money. Bassanio is a typical Elizabethan lover and nobleman. Portia as one of the Shakespeare, intelligent, witty. Here, Shylock, an intelligent businessman, a moneylender, charging interest. The Duke of Venice, he presides as judge over the court. The Prince of Morocco, or the Portia's suitor, Greciano, Lorenzo, Jessica, Celario. These are the characters. So the play, the genre of this play is comedy. It is not a tragedy. Tone of this is comic, romantic, tragic. Setting time is 16th century. Setting place Venice and Belmont, Italy. Protagonist, there is a clear protagonist, Antonio. Major conflict arise. Antonio's default on a loan, borrows from Shylock. Climax, Portia disguised as a man of law. Falling action, Shylock is ordered to convert to Christianity. Themes of this is self-interest versus love, the divine quality of mercy. Symbol is the pound of flesh. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the play written by William Shakespeare, The Merchant of Venice. So, this is a very interesting play, a comic play. One must read it, and by reading you can find it very interesting. I hope you will enjoy it. Thank you.